Pro Sport back underway after a ton of track maintenance, and the rain is finally gone here at Loretta's. And that's Gavin Towers with the whole shot on the 15. And Towers is in contention in both Pro Sport classes. He desperately needs a moto win, and he's put himself in position to do it. Oh!
And these guys are just straight out of the gate and
Lux
absolutely
Turner.
sending it.
Yeah, Lux Turner, that was risk and reward. He almost threw that away, but it paid off. He got the lead. Boomer is third. Finnis is fourth going in. And who just tipped it over on the entrance to the 10 Commandments? I'm trying to get the numbers on that. Is that the 84?
54.
Oh, that is Jeffrey Hurling's down early in this 250 Pro Sport.
54, I think.
54, yeah, we don't have an 84 on the list. That's Leo Tucker, who just
tucked her in,
yeah, in that corner. Oh, there is Dax Bennick. I literally thought, oh, Bennick is off the track. Nope, that's just the track. That's what the track actually looks like. I can't tell the difference in the water truck lanes, which we haven't needed to use much in the last couple days. Towers is in second. It was a KTM in fourth. Oh, another rider down. Is that Bennick?
Both of the boys were down there.
I think so. All right, so Lux Turner in control right now. Is that Boomer, who has moved up?
It does look like it.
Ahead of Towers. Well, this is it for the two-time jet ski champion from Lake Havasu. Going to put those skills to work. Boomer has, I'm not joking, jet ski championships, legitimately. And one year, he brought a jet ski to Loretta's. I don't know why you would do that. And he did a backflip in the creek on a jet ski. I mean, for the foresight to be like, let's just bring the jet ski from Arizona just in case.
He would have won this moto if he was on a jet ski.
Yeah, that start would have been helpful to be on it. And if that is him, look, he struggled in the semi-muddy moto they had earlier in the week. I think he finished.
That is him, and he is riding very well.
Absolutely.
The gap is closed.
Wow. Okay, so forget that mud moto earlier in the week. That wasn't a good one. This is great as he's closing in on Lux Turner. Gavin Towers is third. And Towers, this has been his thing. He's just been consistent in all the motos. Hasn't had a bad one yet.
So who are we at?
Boomer is at a 117, so he's essentially out of this. I think Towers might be in position right now. 3-3-3 right now.
And Dax Bennick second.
Yeah, he's just getting. Got Bennick gets down.
Yeah, Bennick went 7-2.
Top right.
Oh, it's Finnis. Finnis is who I have to look for in this one. The 2-1 coming in, and I don't see Finnis anywhere yet. He started about 4th, 18th for Mark Finnis, who is at a 2-1 coming into this moto, and he started the moto well. So could it be Gavin Towers? Could a 3-3-3 get it done? He already just tossed the goggles.
Racing a 2-2-2.
Yep. He tossed the goggles already. Wow. Oh, here's the battle for the lead, boys. It's getting tight between Boomer and Lux Turner. Oh, and Turner goes down. Oh, if you're Boomer, you're so happy. You just avoided so much roost by not having to make that pass. Towers goes by in second. Gavin Towers could be in position for this one now. He'd have a 3-3-2. That would be plenty to win this 250 Pro Sport title. Now, Bennick has a 1-7. He'd need a disaster, but he already got one because it's not a good one for Finnis.
Yeah.
This is crazy, man. I just can't believe it's turned out like this. I mean, I've been to Loretta's 23 years now. I've seen plenty of rain, plenty of mud, but nothing like this week. 3 straight days, just dominated by these conditions. Boomer out front. But again, Boomer, where's his title hopes? That's 17th, I think, in that second moto. Yeah, we had him 8th, 9th in most of that moto. Then he crashed out of the top 20. Boomer's looking at a 117. That's not good.
Mikey and I just said the same thing coming down the hill a minute ago. We have not seen this kind of consistent. Now, we saw us cancel in the afternoon, 19, 18, somewhere around it, cancel the whole afternoon.
Yep.
But we came back and made that up.
Yeah.
I have not seen this much rain consistently for 3 days ever down here at the ranch.
And it just goes to show what this championship means to the sport in general, you know, like to the families, to the riders, that, you know, there's no quit in any of these dudes right now, and these guys are just fully prepared to go down with the ship and leave it all out there on the track right now.
Oh, yeah. No one was going to be happy if they said, let's just call it. Everybody wants to race.
Oh, there's rumblings and scrambling up on the hill right now. They're making prep. I mean, those pressure washers are flying out. The dads are talking about. Believe me, nobody was headed home. I'll guarantee you that.
Nope. Man, I'm impressed with Boom Air in the mud. I mean, that second moto was not good, but he has proven he can ride this stuff. What a run. But there's Gavin Towers, just went by. It would be his championship if it ends like this with 3-3-2 scores. Here's Dax Bennick. Parker Ross took over third. Remember, Lux Turner went down. That's Ross on the Honda. Bennick on the right side of the Yamaha trying to take over third. Bennick is going to need to pass. Oh, Ross, who just crashed. This is wild. Okay, Bennick's up to third. He's going to need to get to Towers and then hope that Towers has a problem and put about 4 or 5 riders between him and Towers. Or Gavin Towers is going to have this championship.
And those guys ride together, right? They spend a bit of time together at the goat farm.
Yep.
His last couple laps, 2 seconds quicker too. So that could happen mathematically.
Kevin Kelly Finnis had another bad one. Oh man, the bottom has dropped out for Mark Finnis, who came into this moto in position. He had 2-1 moto scores, but the mud, man, it's a great equalizer. It's a great scrambler. I mean, it's just a lottery out here in these conditions.
But I think these are the conditions, like to what Stu was saying earlier, you know, like these are the ones where you just got to keep your head in the game and stay in it. Like we've seen some crazy results already today, win overall championships.
That Fapani moto, Fapani had the whole shot.
Absolutely.
Crash went to about last.
Yep.
Thought he was done.
Yep.
Came all the way back to third, won the title.
Rolled right through and went out of here with the hardware, buddy. You're exactly right.
And I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but Dax just sending that into the sand section with these conditions.
Yeah,
I mean, that's ballsy. This kid knows what he's got to do. He knows he's got to make it right now.
It's funny. He actually said the muddy moto that he had yesterday. He said he liked that track condition the best of anything this week. He said when it was really weird and bumpy and square edge and mini cycle bumps, he's like, at least they had done a lot of track maintenance. He's like, I didn't mind it at all. I felt that the track flowed better without all these different ruts and bumps and lines from all the different bikes. These conditions do not bother him clearly, and he's riding well, but only in third. Can he catch Towers? He's still 2 seconds quicker.
And so he's going to need a bit of luck. Like even if he catches and passes
he's gonna need some
Towers,
positions,
then. But I mean, this is the day where literally anything can happen. So
Definitely. One mistake, losing the front end, stuff in that thing, it's going to be that 7 seconds. But these are some of the best riders. I mean, these are the guys that we're going to see lining up for nationals. These guys don't make too many mistakes even in these conditions, but it's very, very easy to throw away.
And I think that's just when Lady Luck's going to come into it too. When it comes to just water, you know, standing water on the track, you might get sprayed by another guy. I mean, you could do everything right and still not win this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, these guys are going to lap probably 20 guys, and they're going to have to play with those conditions, and you never know. Like you say, you never know when the guy tucks the front right in the same line you're in. So definitely not following guys right now is definitely not the place to follow. And Dax being so long, like right there, he's got those long legs. He can paddle through. He can put that bike where he wants, and he's riding really well.
And he's stiff arming that bike right now. Absolutely. He's making that bike go through that soft stuff exactly where he wants it. Some of these guys letting the bike, you know, they're moving a little bit and they're riding a little loose. The problem with that, you let the bike go loose right now, Stu, and it does get away from you.
It gets
you know what I mean? He's real loose. No doubt.
And, you know, something else to point out, like, obviously you guys saw during this entire intermission, they've been pushing the track. Well, what it's done is it's narrowed out the track significantly. So the lines that were available are much less.
And there's some hidden lines under that soup right now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you watch Dax and some of these guys, and I'm sure we don't have the camera on our leader, but I'm sure the same thing with him. Like keeping that weight back, so you can see Dax trying to carry front wheel over as much as possible, keep that front end light. That's just that it's riding safe, riding smart. These kids have ridden in these conditions. We've seen the videos they post at Gate for them. It rains, they go out.
Oh, absolutely. They practice for these days. They work for these days. And when we talk about the body position, we talk about the throttle control. Stu, it is just so easy to get out of shape that quick. And there's a quick shot of Bomer right there.
He was down.
The number 29 picking himself up. So your leader, as we just said, anything can happen. And there we see it. So Gavin Towers getting some new life. Dax Bennick maybe getting the first of a couple favors he needs.
And you got to wonder, did he stick his hand down in that mud? I mean, that completely changes the race.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Did he get a piece of that mud between the grip and throttle tube like we saw earlier today?
You never know. Yeah, these conditions are definitely so far playing into I think they call him Juju, right?
Yeah.
The pencils, there you go.
Speaking of fish out of water, you've got Noah Viney, California kid there in 4th place too. So I don't know where he found these conditions to prep, but he is, he's making it work right now.
It's one of them anomaly things that you wouldn't think that happens. Bob Hanna come out of the high desert, okay, wins motocross of the nations in the mud at Unadilla, goes to Southwick under nasty conditions, has more wins than anybody there. The guy turned out to be a mud rider. He never rode mud as a kid in his life.
Viney training with Rhino, I bet he probably stands out there with like a water hose and sprays him just for fun.
Yeah.
Right. If there's no mud, we'll make mud.
He waterboards him.
Waterboarding, yeah.
Oh my God.
California's shutting down the water on him.
Wow. Look at that. Outside the tower, some of the riders still sending that massive double. I don't know if I've seen anybody doing that yet.
Yeah, these boys are not scared. There's a title on the line, and there's a group of them that want it.
And now the gap's closed 9 seconds back to Towers. Still saying 5 back to Bennick, but that one mistake, gotta wonder. I mean, a lot of change. Had a 21-second lead.
Right.
Muddy grips, muddy gloves.
Mental.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mental.
A lot. That one tip over could completely change the outcome of this thing. But so far, he's maintaining it, and I would say he's probably got more clear vision than anybody else on the track.
So right now, looks like that was the 44. Maybe the 34.
Of.
34 was Bryce Shelley, but he's a Yamaha, and that was definitely looked like an orange fender. So we're trying to put the pieces together here. Now taking a look through the Rocky Mountain sand section.
I have a new respect for you guys calling GNCCs, because I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out
Who's who?
who's who. Like, a rider by their riding style, but,
Sure.
but when this happens, they throw that riding style out the window.
Yeah,
Like,
you're used to the gear, the helmet, those kind of things, man. That goes away, and that happens with you guys too. Believe me, when you're watching Racer TV, Johnny Gallagher's the absolute best at identifying you guys when you're covered in mud.
Man.
And it's only off of riding style.
Exactly. He knows where your elbow is.
Yeah.
Okay. He knows where your head is. He knows.
He sees my gut.
Well, yeah. Well, you're easy to identify. You got that built-in traction. That's all.
I would say I would give you guys like a neon helmet so that you knew when I was coming, but I think you can definitely tell my brother and I.
Yeah.
But
not
outside of that,
necessary.
it's got to be difficult to call. Like when you put the camera on Dax Bennick, obviously being taller than the majority of the guys, you'll be able to tell him. But I mean, right now, like we're obviously looking at Bomber, but it's like, how can you tell? Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, I mean, I think we're following the leader. Yeah.
There we go. There it is.
See?
We got it. You were right.
Look at that. I'll be Mikey Waynes in no time.
White flag.
White flag
flag's
coming out. So 1 to go for your leader.
So Gavin Towers right now is looking like he is going to get it done.
Gavin Towers used to these conditions. He come out of Pennsylvania. He's ridden them all. Pleasure Valley, High Point, Dublin Gap, all those places. When it gets to Tomahawk Raceway, if you guys have never been there, trust me, when it rains, it gets muddy. It gets steep. It gets deep, tacky, that kind of stuff. So Towers, on the other hand, compared to a lot of these California kids, Florida kids, he's used to the mud, believe it.
And you'll hear stories that on any given day at the goat farm, he'll be the fastest dude on that track. So.
And I love this too. I met him when they were on like 65s. They used to come through the shop, get parts and stuff. And his dad, Kevin, and his mom, they're world champion barefoot water skiers.
So he comes from good stock.
Barefoot water skiers. Well, guess what? They know how to prepare. They have that mental toughness. You're talking about hundreds and thousands of a second there.
Yeah.
In that barefoot water skiing. So they're just a neat bunch of people, man. I've always been big fans of theirs.
Hey, look at the number 3 Kawasaki. Jaden Clough now bumping up into the 4th place spot. I believe we saw Parker Ross have a big flip over right here into the Thor Sand Sweeper. And so Clough going to move into 4th. That'll put him, I believe, 5th overall. Problems, one rider going down. This is
just have to avoid that, man, like the plague.
The longest last lap of Bomber's life right here. It's going to seem like every lapper is somehow magnetically attracting towards him.
Yeah, they're doing it on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, right. The ones on 2 wheels, they're moving obstacles, and you got to look out for the ones laying on the ground as well.
Dude, look at those ruts, man. Like, that is a lot.
That is insane.
They showed that thing a little bit ago, and Bomer had both feet off. He was off the seat, both feet off the pegs. Just strictly hanging onto the handlebars. That thing jumped sideways, clear out of the rut.
Hey, well, at least it's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one way to look at it.
Right, yeah, at least, yeah.
It's cool.
We got somebody positive here.
Yeah. It's nice and cool out
Yeah,
there,
Loretta's
guys.
is definitely not a place you want to go if you enjoy the weather.
Yeah,
From one extreme to the other.
pretty much. And it is bright right now, but I believe, here we go, coming through the final corner, falling down, getting back up, and still hanging on to it. There it is, the number 29, Julian Ballmer, going to grab the win here in 250 Pro Sport. And we wait to see the number 15 of Gavin Towers.
There he goes.
And I think that's him right there. Coming across the line. There's the rev, the celebrations. He is pumped up right now.
And I tell you, that's a way to do it. That's consistent in a gnarly week of racing. I mean, he had dry conditions, he had roughest tracks, hot tracks, wet tracks. So that's definitely a well-deserved championship right there.
Yeah, we said the other day, just under 100 degrees to today.
Yeah.
I mean, seen everything under the sun, and we talk about surviving down here. That's exactly what he did. The equipment survived, he survived, the mental game was there. Man, I've seen this guy spit out the front so many times. I've seen him endo and cartwheel so many times. That's a tough kid right there, dude. I will guarantee you Towers is.
I'm no lip
As
reader.
all our athletes are, but he played the long game down here. I got to agree with you for sure.
I'm no lip reader, guys, but I just saw Julian Bummer say, at one point I just closed my eyes and sent it. These guys are just doing what they got to do, and there is the champ. Towers getting the hugs.
Is that his first championship at Loretta's, or do we know?
Of course.
Not 100% sure. I believe he got a title. Towers, look at that. Now he's taking the helmet off. Absolutely good. He's pumped up.
And I think that's just kind of the thing with these conditions, you know, like you got to just get out of bed, you just got to put your socks on, and you just got to be ready to go out there and get it done, you know, because they're gonna hand these championships out. Someone's gonna win these things every single moto here today, and you know, why not be a guy like Gavin Towers that's just come out and got it done.
Towers is one of those guys that I feel like just performs out here, and it sounds like Jason Wygant's ready down at the podium.
Yeah, we're getting Julian Beaumare ready to go. Well, he definitely proved he can ride mud. There's no doubt about it. Moto 2 is where this one slipped away. He's going to get 2 Moto wins, come up short of the title. I think it's going to be 1:17.1 for Juju's scores. But what a ride. I mean, he had to make passes. He caught riders. We'll bring him on up, and we'll talk to our Moto winner, and then we'll talk to our champion. So that was maybe the worst Pro Sport Moto conditions-wise I've ever seen down here. We've obviously had tons of muddy races, but that is next level. And although it's a step short of the championship, you can take some pride in knowing he was able to win this one. It's a jet ski champ. Legit. Paid off. Let's hear it for Julian Beaumare. Needed the jet ski, dude.
Yeah, for sure. It was the first couple laps were definitely a bit watery. Broke in a little bit towards the end, but the first couple laps were definitely, there was a lot of water, but it was fun.
Did you want to prove you could ride mud? That second moto got away from you, but you really showed something this time.
Yeah, I struggled bad yesterday in the mud, so today I just tried to focus on having fun and not worrying about it too much. Just go for it, and then so we'll see what happens.
All right, who do you want to thank for 2 moto wins in this class?
I'd like to thank my trainer, Davey. We've worked our butts off. See him at Bud's Creek with Daisy Dukes. We made a bet before the moto, so.
I like it.
If I won, he has to wear Daisy Dukes at Bud's, so.
Be on the lookout.
KTM Orange Brigade, Scott, O'Neill, Alpine Stars, a whole team around me. We've worked our butts off, and I'm super stoked to be here. And everyone else, thank you.
There it is, our moto winner, Julian Beaumare. And look for Davey Millsaps in the short shorts in 2 weeks at Bud's Creek. Third in the moto went to Dax Bennick. We need, there you go, Pedro. We need the 29 moved off. We need the 15 bike moved on. I will take up our third place finisher while we do the bike swap. So let's bring up the 41. Also, Lux Turner grabbed the whole shot if he wants to come up and visit as well. And I'm going to hand the number 1 plate over here from the AMA. And there's our number 1 plate. There it is. All right, GT, I know you were bummed at the end of a lot of the motos this week. You didn't want to make excuses, but whatever you did to dig deep and get the finishes you got, 3-3-2, it did it. It got the job done. All that work paid off.
Oh my gosh, that was the most stressful. I mean, 15 minutes, that felt like freaking 30 plus 2, but I don't even know what to say. Like, I thought this, going into this week and how we started, I thought this would never happen. And you know, last year was my first moto win. I still only have one, but now we finally have a #1 plate down here. Man, this is surreal. I don't even know what to say. Like, I just can't thank my family and Danny, Ed, and Jake, ACL. And if you would have told me at Gatorback that I'd be sitting here with #1 plate, man, I probably would have just slapped you because I would have been so pissed that you told me that, because I definitely was not thinking that. But then I started getting healing, and I pretty much told my mechanic if I get healed in time, I'm not letting anybody win a championship. So I'm just happy to finally deliver to my team, who they deserve it. As much as we all work hard, and I just can't thank them enough. Like, it's awesome. They deserve it just as much as my family and I do. It's awesome. I'm so happy to finally deliver. We finally can put the bike up in the shop, and I'm so pumped.
Let's hear it for our national champ of 250 Pro Sport, Gavin Towers. Lux Turner, I got to give a whole shot award to. You can hang out here as long as you want, Gavin. There is champagne down there. This one's going to be yours. I got to get it back up to the tower, though. Shout out to Lux Turner for the Stasic whole shot award, and you guys take it away.
All right, thanks, Jason. We're looking back out at